I like to
in the same room.
put the phone. No, Eric's sleeping.
You did what?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? All of you were out.
Okay. I'd like to be serious for a moment if I can.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Some of you may or may not know that I fancy myself as somewhat of a writer, and I mean fancy.
Wonderful speechless here for Sandy. Yeah.
And I have a couple of stories to tell tonight.
Sibling rivalry, right there.
Relax. This is the whole napkin.
This is enjoyable. You know the set
Look at the pants I took. Kitchen.
This pass out one of you gets out Bella put Shelly.
What's that?
You pass out Bella put Shelly.
What did you say? What was the joke you said last night? Sam lasts longer than Mary.
For all those who get there,
You get that?
Yeah, really.
matches say,
What was last time you, me, and Fair were drunk simultaneously together?
at Mount Michelle's wedding.
Exactly.
And
You
you
got
can
it.
wait on your wedding.
Yeah,
To
we're
have
drunk
the
on-
occasion, I
The three of us
No
were
idea
drunk
we
out of our heads.
said. You finished the bottle of cutty sucker.
They were drunk before she got married.
We knew what was coming down the pipe. We knew what to do.
I didn't think I was going to get upstaged by Fred tonight.
A lawyer?
Okay, I got to tell another story.
Yeah. Yeah, but how about the time you sent Shelton for cigarettes?
Listen, let's not talk about Narishkite tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. All my friends, I'm not very funny and I'm not very crazy. My brother
Wait a
Shelly is much funnier and crazy.
You're not
They say-
funny, but
no, they said that's not true. And I said, listen, I want.
We're half
okay,
right.
keep on going.
Santa, you're half right.
What happened was that? That was your brother?
He just
I don't know, I
crazy.
think Fred's a serious one,
Are you kidding?
if I may interject. No, of the three.
Sometimes.
I think,
The
just.
lawyer?
In
The lawyer?
comparison, yeah, but in comparison to the outside real world.
Yeah, well, the outside world is.
What are we?
No, see, Fred is a lawyer, walks around with like a three-piece suit, and people think, oh, he's all right, right? But as soon as people not looking, he's crazier than me on stage.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, so the story I tell, this is how I describe my brother Shelly to all my friends.
Indescribable.
I say, and some of you may have heard me tell this story before. And the story goes like this. I say, well, you know, if you got to kind of look at behavior, like, here is the line, the total end of socially acceptable behavior. And you cross over that line, and you're into psychopath. It's like,
Maybe you should sit down and save some of that for the wedding.
no, I want to tell it tonight.
We can replay it.
Yeah,
With the
what's-
family.
We'll
But Shelley,
play it tonight.
Michael, when he's not looking,
Here,
he'll come
here's the only
faces
sane
out.
person right here. Right here. Comes Uncle Joe, right?
I'm gonna tell the story.
Like he lived in Keppel.
And then, so I'd say is
You
that
like me?
what I
Listen, tough story now.
what I say about Shelley is that what Shelley does, he sort of jumps over that line into like psychopathic behavior, and goes, try to catch me, try to catch me. And then before they can catch him, he jumps back and goes, I'm back on the other side.
notice.
Before they even notice. But really, the best
Deanne Randall from the St. Louis Zoo.
the best story about Shelley is this, is that the last time we were together in Chicago, which was about 5 years ago, before he went back to make
Oh, you told us
Aliyah,
about bar mitzvah, didn't you?
or maybe, I don't remember what it was.
You were both sober.
Shelley
Never.
and his friend, they call him the Shagets, David Weiner, and some of Fred's friends who are doctors, and doctors meant the MD, not the PhD, and they're wiser doctors. We all went to Gino's East, I think.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'll tell you the story. This is a great story. This is the greatest Shelley story.
He doesn't want to hear
This
it.
tells the essence of
Shelly doesn't want
Shelley.
to hear it.
It's
And
great.
so we are there, and there's all these doctors, Fred's friends, and Shelley's friends, and we're
How the hell did they accept you over there?
And
They did.
I said,
He was
I'm Joe
paying for it.
Wolgel's son.
He was paying for the meal.
And we're eating and this and that, and all of a sudden, some schleppedicker busboy drops this huge thing of trays.
Thank you.
Crash, bang, boom, the whole thing falls out, and all of a sudden, for like a minute, there's total silence in this restaurant. And Mamasha was like around New Year's Eve,
Mamasha.
and the day before, and there's a lot of people, and there's a total silence. All of a sudden, my brother Shelley gets up on his chair and says, okay folks, it's okay, you can all start talking now. And that's the way I describe my brother Shelley.
Hey, Sandy, before you go further in your speech, how about having a look at it?
That's at the end.
Oh, at the end?
At the end.
Wait that long.
Okay, now wait. Now
Good things are worth waiting for.
time out. Everybody know what this means? This is a serious talk.
Yeah, right. The next play will be a touchdown. Go ahead.
And I would sincerely appreciate it if, in order to get through the 11 pages, it's not very much. You can time me. I tried it in the car on the way to the airport. It's only 10 minutes. And it's a serious talk. And you can laugh and make jokes.
Don't worry, we will.
And I want to start off the talk by saying that in Minneapolis, the Lubavitchers have this thing, and they call it, they call it the Shelley. They call it study a little Torah, salt. And you call up on the phone, you dial salt, and you get a salt talk. And
Salt 1 or 2?
a pillow of salt.
This is all-out war. You put salt on my mother's best friend's cake. I don't care if you put salt on my hair, or salt on my arm, or salt on Michelle's shirt. But salt on my mother's best friend's cake.
He's dead meat.
You're dead meat. I am not responsible for my actions.
I'm just gonna move over here a little bit.
My mother just painted the walls. Forget it.
All those of you who believe this will take 10 minutes. Raise your right hand.
Whose time is it? I gotta stop it. Alright.
This is not the way I expected it to go.
It didn't go like this on the way to the airport. I know because I wasn't in the cab with you, right?
Okay. So,
Hey, my gray hair's falling out. Oh, go ahead.
say,
Sandy can't get serious. I'll read this for her.
anyway, a friend of mine, my friend Leon in Minneapolis, always says that when there are a bunch of Jews together, they should study a little Torah.
That's right.
That's right. It's a big mitzvah. So
That was the salt.
that's the thought. So tonight, I decided to study a little Torah with everyone, if you'll beg my indulgence. And
Please give us your note.
I'll give it to you. Here it is.
You're never gonna see this again as long as you
I know
live.
exactly how much.
That's all he's got to do is like.
Where are the matches?
Okay.
It's all counterfeit.
Tonight, my little talk talks about the idea
A minute, 10 seconds.
of killing your youngest brother. There's many biblical
Is
stories.
that where the blood came from? Michelle?
No, shalt not kill, Sandy, remember?
What I want to talk about is the idea of searching, of going out somewhere to look for oneself, for finding significant others, and finding relationships. About a month or so ago, we started reading the Parsha Lech Lecha, which, as you all might remember, is really the first mention of the Jews in the Chumash. And it starts off Lech Lecha li'artzecha. You should go out. Right. You should go out from your country, from your relatives, from your father's house, into the land that I show you. And if you think about that a little bit, without any comment, that's really kind of the reverse order in which we usually do things. And when I was thinking about that over the last 6 weeks, every Shabbos and Shul, my thoughts really have been focusing on Shelley and seeing him again and being together with everyone. And I thought about, yeah, well, that's kind of what Shelley did. He went out and he went to Israel. And we have to ask ourselves this question, well, why is it that God told Abraham to go out? What was the big thing? Well, the thing was he was going to be the first Jew. And he told him the first mitzvah. And the first mitzvah, it says to be a blessing, okay? It says, they gave bracha, to be a blessing. It doesn't say you're going to get a blessing, okay? It says to be a blessing. And that's a big difference there between what Judaism is about and other ideas, because really it's like what God is saying, what the thing is that you be a blessing, and by being a blessing to other people, that's the blessing that they're going to get, and God gets nachas from that. Okay? And it also teaches us, really, that the whole essence of Judaism is that what we get redemption from our deeds, our actions, what we do, rather than just on faith. And so that's sort of like the framework, the prototype of the first Jew, a person who becomes a blessing, a person who does mitzvahs. Next in this journey, and all this, we come to, later on, we come to Parsha Chayasora, the Lysosora. And in this Parsha is what I like to call the first Shidduch. And what happens is there's more going out. There's more of this Lech Lecha business. There's more of this searching around. Abraham tells his servant, his mensch, you know, Eliezer, thank you very much. I have the Talmud Chacham say I don't have to worry. To go back to the original place where Abraham came to get a wife for Yitzchak. And I thought about this, and I thought a lot about how Shelley left his kibbutz, and about how he went to Jerusalem. And even though he didn't place his hand on Abraham's thigh to give him to make an oath, he had 4 criteria. This is the criteria he had for a wife. So she had to be an American, she had to be religious, she had to want to come to live in Eretz Yisrael, and she had to be a deadhead. And for those who don't know Shelley,
You had to be a Jew. You said religious, you didn't say Jew.
well, I think one story goes with the other.
Yeah. And also, she had to be a sportsman, don't forget that.
There was an extra dividend, wasn't in the contract.
Fringe benefit, don't
I agree. What's a deadhead? My sister wants to know what a
A
deadhead
deadhead is a person who likes the Grateful Dead, for those who don't know. My brother's still living in the music
That's a music group.
music group.
Call that music.
Grateful.
Yeah,
Now,
Old-fashioned mother.
I know.
in this story continues that Abraham
Also was a deadhead.
was a deadhead, and he wanted a wife for Yitzchak who wasn't from the daughters of from the land of Canaan.